Welcome to the 2000 Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship presented by Mizuno. It's being held at the beautiful Cardinal Golf Club in Toronto. This is the first annual Canadian Long Drive Championship. There's a lot on the line for a lot of these golfers, and you won't believe how far they hit the ball. The Coors Light 2000 Canadian Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Top Point, the ball with heart, by Mizuno Canada, just barely legal, and by Millway Lumber, specializing in trim and doors. Ralph, it all starts with the qualifying, of course, so tell us about some of the competitors and where they're from.
We've got Chris Marcel from Calgary, Daryl Jinks, a newcomer from Brampton. We've got guys like Paul McKay, newcomer from Bradford, Ontario, also, who showed up well. Also Paul Mailing from Oshawa. And of course, we got a veteran here. We got Stuart Young from Markham, who's done real well in the Remax Worlds.
That's quite a swing that Stuart has, too. Whoa, it's a big twist.
Yeah, he can move it out there. I think it hurts me just looking at him.
All right, and of course, some other key competitors there.
You'll be seeing a lot of Brian Pavlett this weekend.
And who's the lefty?
Another newcomer, Martin Trudel from Quebec, who qualified at the provincials over there.
Good swing on Martin.
Yeah, he's qualified for the Remax Worlds this year, so we'll be seeing a lot of them.
And there's a fine swing there. Who's that?
That's Dave Mobley from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's got one of the more sound golf swings on the Long Drive Tour.
Why don't you take us through how this works?
Okay, how it worked basically was we had qualifiers that ran right across Canada. We have the top 44 in North America here in Canada and 11 competitors in the world from the US. The top 24 from the 44 move on to the quarterfinals, and from there we got 24 with the top 14 moving on to the semifinals, and from there it's a straight shootout for the top 8 final spots that we go in for the big prize.
Ralph, the rules are pretty simple. You get a certain number of golf balls and you have a certain length of time to hit them.
Yes, each competitor will receive 6 official top point golf balls and have 5 minutes to hit it in.
And not only do they have to hit it a long, long way, they also have to hit it within the grid.
It's a 45-yard grid, and the ball has to stay in play at all times and not leave the boundary line to be deemed in play.
Now, 45 yards sounds like a lot, but you're a competitor, Ralph. That can look pretty narrow when you're standing on the tee.
When you're swinging at 150 plus, 45 yards is very tiny. It feels like a roadway.
And what about some of the rules regarding the clubs?
The clubs must all conform to USGA ruling and RCGA ruling. It's a spring-like effect on the face of the club, and also the shafts also must conform, but there's no deeming length on how long it has to be.
Ralph, we're heading into the quarterfinals here. Out of the top 44, we're getting down to the top 24.
Yeah, there's been some surprises here so far. Paul McKay is a newcomer who can really get the ball out there.
And, of course, Claude Leduc, one of the Canadians who has done very well in the competition.
Yeah, he wasn't one of the top contenders per se, but he's done real well, and he's on his way to the semis.
Stuart Young has that great swing. Watch that. Big twist.
Yeah, and that's why he's on his way to the semifinals, because he can really move that ball out there.
Some of the other ones who are going on, Brian Pavlett, which is certainly no surprise.
Yeah, he didn't hit one of his best balls in this round. He hit 326, but it was enough to get him to the semis.
Sometimes you just let the club go. You just have one of those shots, but he hit enough good ones. And, of course, Sean the Beast Pfister, one of the crowd favorites.
Yeah, this is probably one of the biggest disappointments of the tournament, the Beast not making it into the semifinals, and that's a real surprise, but maybe some of the other competitors are happy that he's not going to be in the semifinals to compete against them.
Well, you mentioned this is getting very competitive. This sport is popular. It's attracting a lot of new people and a lot of long hitters.
Yeah, because of the popularity and the prize purse that's increasing, the guys coming out of the woodwork now are increasingly better and better each year.
I'm Sean the Beast Fister. You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN. I can't believe I hit my ball out of the end of the range again.
Most of the guys here can hit it a long way, but being able to handle the pressure of hitting in front of people and being under the gun and trying to do your best and being under the gun, that's what separates a lot of guys. It just takes a lot of experience to do that, and I have 13 years of experience, and I think that has to play into it some, but you can't forget that you've got to go ahead and kill it, because you can't rely on experience, because there's a lot of new guys out here that'll just flat smack it, and they're hungry and they want to take guys like me out. In '96 I was a defending champion, North American champion, and I looked at my groups and I thought, oh, I don't know anybody, I got a cakewalk. Well, in my first group it was Jason Zuback and a guy named Carl Hasselback, and they both finished 1-2 that year, and so we call it running into a buzzsaw, but this one was hidden and I didn't expect it, so I hit before they did, and I thought if I just groove a couple down there and hit it good, I'll advance. Well, that wasn't the case, and so you've always got to be aware of these new guys that come out, because they can smack it too.
Hi, I'm Jody Holden. We're here on the eve of the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship. As you can see, the stands are a little empty right now. We're anticipating big crowds here tomorrow as the competitors try to hit it as far as they can down the big grid here in front of us. I'm here with Yannick Morris, one of the competitors in the Canadian Long Drive competition. Yannick, we want to find out what it's like right now. What's going through the minds of some of the athletes here as we have to deal with very adverse weather conditions?
It's hard. You got 6 balls, and with the weather, some guys hit this morning, it was all dry. Now some others are hitting and it's pouring rain. It's very difficult. You just got to go at it and hope, to do the best with it. But the main thing is here, if you go through one stage, you got 4 more left compared to the district qualifications that we had before. So you can get out, being lucky in your first draw, but then you got to do it all over again on the next stage.
Hi, we're here with Jim Terry, Director of Marketing for Cardinal Golf Club, where the Coors Light, first Canadian Coors Light Long Drive Championship is being held. Jim, tell us a little bit about the facility.
Well, we've got quite a large facility, Scott. We're very proud of it. It's been about 10 years, actually. This is our 10th anniversary season that we're celebrating, and the course has grown immensely over that period of time. Started out as an 18-hole course and then went through a massive expansion in 1995 to the point now where it's at 54 holes, 2 championship golf courses and an 18-hole short course. Again, we love to showcase this facility because we think it's something pretty special.
Ralph, before the weekend competition, we took some time to have a little fun on the Friday in the Pro-Am.
Yeah, everybody had a great time. We had an opportunity to play with our sponsors that were so good to us to make this competition what it is.
And who did you have a chance to play with?
I had a great time. We played with the guys from Top Point Golf, the official ball sponsor of the Canadian Long Drive Championship.
Good thing you at least knew that you weren't going to run out of golf balls.
No, we had a full supply.
Speaking with Brian Pavlet here from Phoenix, Arizona. Brian, you're one of the first competitors to lead off this competition. What do you think about it, the Canadian treatment so far, and what do you think your expectations are?
Well, I think everything's been going great. I mean, if I hit it well, hopefully I'll make it to the finals. I'm done for the day, luckily. I advanced through the first 2 rounds, and I'm done until tomorrow. I feel if I hit it the way I'm capable, I've got a very good chance to win. So I just, hopefully I can hit it solid and keep it in the grid.
Now, you did start off with 351 yards, I believe. What are you capable of hitting? What has been your longest ball to date?
Well, in a competition, I hit one 462. It's just, it's so condition oriented. Today, with it being a little damp, the ball's just not going to travel as far. I'm pretty sure the one I hit, 351, I didn't get much roll either. I flew it about to that range. I don't get a lot of roll most times. And in a day like today, with it being wet, you actually want to fly it because you're not going to get a lot of roll. I'm pretty happy with 351. I don't think anybody's hit it up to that yet. We'll see. Things can change. Maybe a little wind. Who knows?
We're taking a break at the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN.
You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN, presented by Mizuno and Top Point Golf, the official ball of the 2000 Canadian Long Drive Championship.
Now, we all know that once in a while we can all hit a long ball, but explain a little bit to the viewers at home what it's like to actually be out here and, with fierce competitors and try to get a few balls out on that grid.
It's a lot tougher than it looks. I mean, you're right. There's a lot of guys, Jody, who can hit the ball far. Tons of guys. But once you have a grid in front of you and people watching and only a limited number of tries, it makes a big difference, and it's very hard. There's a lot of factors you have to think about, and it's not just how hard you swing. There's a lot of things that come into play. So.
Now, some of the things that would come into play, some of the factors you were mentioning were wind, rain, obviously, like intense heat plays a big role against a lot of the competitors. But what do you think your strong suits are here this weekend?
Well, I think I have a really good swing speed. Because I started playing golf at a young age, I have a pretty good technical golf swing. You'll see some long drive guys have rather unorthodox swings. And the key is making good contact. You want to have a proper launch angle, which is the ball angle that it takes off from the tee, and combined with a good swing speed and good conditions, and that should make for a good drive.
Into the semifinals now, Ralph, and a very good representation for Canadians. Tell us who's on the tee there.
That's Mitch Rochette from Ottawa, who's had a great showing so far up to the semifinals.
He certainly has a very long golf club. It's one of the longest we've seen.
Yeah, it helps if he can move that the club around and get the distance, but unfortunately he didn't put out a good number there. It was only 308 yards.
All right, and here's Brian Pavlet on the tee, obviously an experienced competitor. Brian can lace them. All right, Brian's in pretty good shape there. Now, when it goes out of bounds and comes back in, doesn't count.
Correct.
That's right. So they have to try it again, Brian. Oh, Brian, he sure can tag.
Yeah, he didn't like that one too much, but he just hit one 349 yards in his third ball. So he'll be moving on to looks like he'll be moving on to the finals.
Fine showing by Brian Pavlet. Now, coming up, we have another Canadian on the tee next.
Yeah, with Claude Leduc, he's an 86 champion, Quebec champion, and he's been a surprise up to this point because he's been able to move that ball out there, and to everybody's surprise.
Yeah, a bit of a sleeper pick. Claude was saying next year or soon he'll be in the senior end of things, but he's doing very well now with the young fellas.
Yeah, he just put one out there, 328 yards.
Fine shot. And Claude is going to take another swing and try to get a little bit farther, make sure he gets into the next round. That looks like a fine shot there too. There it is, picked up on the camera, just over 300 yards.
Yeah, another fine shot, but not his best showing.
All right, and Sean Mullen now on the tee. I guess you have to go and get ready for your turn, Ralph, so you'll be joining us a little later. There's Sean Mullen. There's another fellow with a very long driver. Sean from the Kingston area, putting on a fine show there. Very good drive. 322 yards for Sean Mullen. That's solid. And here's my broadcast buddy, Ralph DiPietro, into the semifinals. And I hope I don't show any bias when I say, go get him, Ralph. Ralph is keyed up for this competition, but he's got to get one inbounds to make it count. And unfortunately he didn't, so Ralph will be talking about that a little later on. Here's Brian Nash now. And Brian, obviously a strong competitor as well. He's able to bang it out there 333 yards, so he'll be advancing as well. A fine shot by Brian Nash. Brian going for a little extra yardage now, letting out the shaft, obviously, on that one. And again, that's right in the grid. That's where they want to be, and it's pretty close there as well to his other shot. All right, Ralph's back in the broadcast area now. Ralph, tell us about your turn on the tee.
Yeah, I had some good swings going, but unfortunately I just couldn't find the groove and keep it in the grid. But here's another great competitor.
This is Bart Hartzell. He can lace the ball as well. Not all that happy with that one, but he can sure turn on it. And, of course, Dave Mobley, who has been very steady through this competition. He's had his down moments, but he's hung in there very well.
Yeah, coming into the semifinals, he hit a 346-yard bomb. So let's see if he can improve on that.
Oh, he's tagged this one. Wow. Look at that one, Ralph. How long is that one out there? They're having trouble finding it with the camera.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Man.
350 yards plus.
That is terrific. On the tee now is Jerry Big Gun James from Irvine, California. And you can see why they call him Big Gun. He's one big boy. Looks like he's unleashed there, Ralph. How does that look?
Yeah, that's a great ball. That's 347 yards, and that's enough to advance him to the finals.
A little nod there. He realized that one went. Here's a Canadian, Yannick Morris from Montreal. Nice to see some Canadian content in the semifinals. Yannick's done well, Ralph. There, he's caught that one pretty well. What do you think?
Yeah, it's about 322. I don't think it's going to be enough to get him to the finals, but we'll see.
And here is George Slupski, a crowd favorite from Winter Haven, Florida. Now George can pound him out there.
Oh yeah, there's a big ball. About 342, that'll definitely be enough to get him to the finals.
And on the tee now is Mike Weeb of Toronto, who is an up-and-coming youngster there on the long drive circuit. Now he has an interesting swing for a tall, thin guy, Ralph.
He does. He gets a lot of extension and a lot of power from those shoulders.
Wow. He's hit that one very well. Oh, that should put Mike in there.
Yeah, 338. That's, again, another great ball that should advance him.
And Carl Hasselbach from Buffalo, New York on the tee now. Now, Carl's a likable guy, and he has a powerful swing.
Yeah, he finished second in 1996, so he's definitely a power hitter.
And another Canadian, Stuart Young. Watch this swing. It's a little bit unusual. Stuart has a tendency to stand over the ball a little bit longer than the regular fellas out there on the circuit, but he'll eventually get to it. There it goes, and I don't think he caught that one though, Ralph.
Let's see.
He needs a big one to get in.
Here it comes. No. 310 won't be enough to advance him to the finals. He needed 330 plus.
We're here with Mitch Rochette from Ottawa. Mitch, you made it into the semifinals. You must feel very good about that.
Yeah, I'm very pleased for my first year. You know, that's all I could expect pretty much. So we'll try it again next year, and we'll see. I still maybe have a chance, maybe a wild card, but we'll see what happens.
Nice to put the Canadian content in there.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, these guys are big hitters, and you know, when you got the best in the world here, the top 5 are here really, from Mesquite last year. So I'm quite pleased with my results, and at least now I'm not as scared to give it a better shot and spend more time and effort into becoming better.
I was going to say, you got the experience. You've seen that you can compete with these guys. Now it's just on to bigger and better things.
Bigger, better things, work on techniques and equipment, and maybe tweak another 20 yards, and I think I'll be right in there.
I'm Sean the Beast Pfister. You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN.
You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN, presented by Mizuno and Top Point Golf, the official ball of the 2000 Canadian Long Drive Championship. We're here with Mike Weeb of Toronto. Mike, that drive got you through to the finals. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. It's a big relief. You know, I went up and just kind of got the yardage of what I needed to get through, and 338 was enough to beat 6, so it automatically gets me in. It's nice not to have to go down to the 5th and 6th ball. It's a lot of pressure when you get late in the draw. So
it's very nice to get some Canadian content in there.
It is. It's I think about half of the field of the semifinals were Canucks, so we're pretty proud about that.
You know, and earlier on in the competition, you also just had to step up and hit one ball to compete. You're making that a regular thing.
I did. I was fortunate enough to pull the last spot in my group, and that got me through 2 times. I just had to hit one ball, which was enough to get through. So I was fortunate.
Well, you're probably going to hit all 6 in the final. Good luck to you.
I hope so. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Here with Dave Mobley from the semifinals, and Dave, you smoked that one.
Oh, yes, I did. That's all I got. I tell you what, I hit that ball with absolutely everything I've got, and just as solid as I could hit it.
Now, you said you were a little hoarse from the celebration you gave, and you got the crowd into it.
Oh yeah, definitely I'm hoarse. I mean, when I hit that ball, I couldn't help but scream. That was as good a ball I think I've ever hit in competition. And to take Brian Pavlet after he just killed one, I mean, that's just something nobody does. I mean, that does a lot for my confidence going to the next round.
All right, that's got to get you into the finals. What's the game plan now?
Well, basically the same thing. I'm superstitious, so I'm going to go over there and hit the same exact thing I did before I hit this time, and I'm hoping I feel it again, because if I can feel it again, if I can feel it deep in my right side when I set up the top of my swing, I know that I can swing as hard as I want to, and I'm going to hit it solid. So that's what I'm going to hope to do again. We'll see.
We'll be watching.
All right, thanks.
We're here with Claude Leduc from Montreal, who's made it into the Final 8 at the Coors Light Canadian Long Driving Championship. How does that feel, Claude?
Oh, it feels really good, really good. I'm feeling very fortunate to be here, and I'm very happy to be here.
All right, tell us about the shot that got you in.
Oh, I hit it pretty good with a nice hook down the lane. I was very lucky. I'm very happy.
It's very nice to get some Canadian content in the Final 8.
Yeah, but it's a tough crowd down there. It's really tough. And, it's good for the sport. We have to publicize that sport, and hope that there must be more Canadian lately on that sport.
Well, if you keep hitting it like that, more Canadians will certainly get involved.
I hope so. I hope so.
All the best in the finals.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, Ralph, we're down to the Final 8 of the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship, and what are these fellas thinking about now as they get up on the tee?
Well, right now they're thinking about hitting it long and straight. These are the final 8 elite long drivers out here.
And they've come a long way, and our first one up on the tee is Carl Hasselback from Buffalo, New York. Well, there's his first ball, and that looks like a good one, Ralph.
Yeah, it's the way you want to start. You want to get one down the middle. Looks like he's put a real good wood on this one.
Like you say, just get one in play, and he can relax now and let it out on this one. Oh, and he did. He went way around on that one, didn't he, Ralph?
Oh, yeah, look at this. It looks longer than his last one.
Okay, Carl Hasselback off to a good start. All right, there's Carl's last ball, and that one doesn't look like it made it into play, but he did get some good shots in there, Ralph.
Yeah, it's unfortunate ball 3 and 5 were out of play, but he did well. That's 331 yards, I believe.
331 yards, 2 feet and 11 inches for Carl Hasselback from Buffalo, New York. Carl Hasselback, Buffalo, New York. How did it go for you in the final round?
Oh, it went fantastic. I did better than I've done all week. Got the first one in play. Got a chance to hit a couple others, even the ones that went sideways. I put good wood on, and what a beautiful facility for a golf tournament like this. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming up from Buffalo to help grow the sport here.
Thanks for having a tournament for us. It's been wonderful. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. All right, Ralph, on the tee now is Jerry Big Gun James from Irvine, California, and Jerry is one big lad, Ralph.
Yes, he is, to say the least. He's a big power hitter. He hit 347 yards in the semifinals to get to this position, and we all know it was raining and it was wet grounds to hit that on.
Absolutely. He's got the big biceps, and he's certainly not afraid to show them. Maybe a little bit of an attempt at intimidation there, Ralph?
I think so.
A little showmanship, huh?
Absolutely.
Jerry's good at that. So here we go. Jerry Big Gun James, Irvine, California, with his first ball in the finals of the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship. Well, there he goes, and that looks like a good one, Ralph.
It does. It's right down the middle of the grid. That's what he wants.
That's about 324. The second one was about the same, and now we're on ball number 3. Well, there's the third one. He's not going to be too happy with that one, Ralph.
No, I think he went after that one. He knows he has got to put a bigger number up than 324.
All right, let's see if he can do it here. Oh, he cranked that one, Ralphie. All right, there it is from Jerry Big Gun James. His longest drive, 328 yards, 2 feet and 2 inches. So that's not too bad, but obviously Jerry would have wanted to hit it a little bit further. And Jerry James of Irvine, California, you came up for the first Canadian Long Drive Championship. How did it go for you?
Oh, well, it went real well until the end, and I didn't hit a ball near to my ability at the end. I hit 4 in bounds, kind of put in a plain swing on it. Don't know why, but anyway, when you're against the best in the world like they have here, you have to be able to hit the ball dead on the screws, and I didn't do that, and I'm just going to have to come back and do it again. We worked very, very hard at it, and the guys that you see here in the finals, and even the guys that are competing outside the finals, they work extremely hard at it, and it's a really good sport, and I think you're going to see a lot more of it here in the future.
Well, we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much.
Can't believe you knocked another one out of the air.
Well, at least I made the finals. You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN.
We're here with Chris Marcil of Mizuno, and Chris, for many years now, your irons have been very popular on the PGA Tour.
That's right. We've been the #1 iron on the PGA Tour for 6 straight years, and this year it looks like we're on our way to a 7th straight year.
All right, and now you've managed to take some of the technology that you've used in the irons and moved along to drivers, which is key at this competition, where
That's
everybody
right.
wants to hit it as far as possible.
We've been able to create a club face that gives the golfer the optimum launch angle, which is key for distance, spin rates, and also initial ball velocity, which is simply put ball speed. Now this piece is the actual face of our driver, which is made up of 4 pieces, but using a process called Cortec, we forge this face with a lot of different thicknesses to increase the coefficient of restitution, which in simple terms is the trampoline effect or the spin rake effect that's such a rage right now.
Right. I'm glad you explained that. Yeah. Now, obviously, the distance is important, but as we've seen in the competition, accuracy is key. You have to get it in the grid. All golfers want to get their ball on the fairway.
That's right. I mean, you can hit it 400 yards, but if it goes straight sideways, that's not going to do you a lot of good. So distance with control is key, and spin rates and launch angles are going to help you with that. The average golfer probably uses a club that has too little loft, gives them a poor launch angle. If you can hit the ball in the proper trajectory, that's the only way you're going to be able to control distance and direction.
It's on to the third competitor now, George Slepsky from Winter Haven, Florida. And Ralph, tell us a little bit about George.
Well, George, they don't call him the animal for nothing. He's got the longest yardage in this year's Canadian Championship, 362 yards leading up to this point. So we better watch out for him.
Yeah. He's a serious guy. You can see that look on his face. He's competitive, and he's going for it on this one. This is his first shot. Well, he seems to have caught that one fairly well, Ralph.
He's staring it down. Let's take a look. Doesn't seem to like it, though.
Like it, but it wasn't too bad, about 321. So he's got one in play anyway, and he can go after them from here on in. So here he is again, George Slepsky. This is his 4th ball. He missed on the 2nd and 3rd. So let's see how he does on this one, Ralph. He's got to try to get this one in. No, and you can tell by the look on his face, he didn't make that one. And that's it for George. He's only managed to get the 1 ball in, 321 yards, 1 foot and 11 inches. So he's not going to be very pleased with that, Ralph. George, you had the longest drive in the competition, 362. Didn't work out for you in the final round.
No, I think I lost my rhythm a little. I hit it good. Hit one OB there, I went pretty far. Just tough competition to hit at your best every round, and it seems like so far in the event I've done that, except for the finals. I didn't hit it bad, but just a little off, and that's all it takes in this sport.
What about that one that went 362? That must have been pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's as good as I could hit it. I don't have much more in me under these conditions than 362, and I hit it pretty good in the final. I just a couple OB left at the end and didn't stay in.
Yeah. Ralph, here's our first Canadian competitor, Claude Leduc from Anjou, Quebec, and sure is nice to see that maple leaf up there, isn't it?
It sure is, Scott. Claude is one of our qualifiers from the provincial final in Quebec. He placed fourth there. He did real well, and he's done an excellent job here, and he's excited to be here, and we're excited, I think, to see him here.
He's a great character, and you're right. He was very excited to make it this far. So a lot of Canadians in the stands rooting for Claude. Ball number 3, his first 2 were in play, but he needs something a little longer than what he's managed so far, 301 yards and 321. This one is going to be not too bad. So let's see what he can do. We're down to his 6th one, last shot here, so he's going to be letting out the shaft on this one. Let's see how the Canadian can do here. Oh, there it goes, Ralph. Looks like it's in play.
Yeah, that's his biggest ball of the tournament, 324, but I don't believe it's going to be enough. But he put 4 balls in the grid, so that's you should be happy about that.
Yeah, and I think he is happy, and the fans are pretty happy for him. As you can see, he's getting a good round of applause. And Claude Leduc, his longest shot was 323 yards, 2 feet and 7 inches. Claude, how did it go for you in the final?
Oh, it went pretty good. I'm very happy with what I did. I'm with the top competitor in the world, and I think I did good. I did good. I was nervous, but I did good.
Yeah, you made it into the final 8, and you hit a good drive. It wasn't quite far enough, but you put a good crack on the ball.
Oh yeah, I put a good fight. I won't let it go. Lord, I'm very happy. I hit good. I'm satisfied.
Yeah, and this is the first Canadian Long Drive Championship, so here you are, a Canadian, and it was nice to see you there.
Oh, thank you very much, and I have to thank all the sponsors for the event, and everything's perfect.
We'll see you next year?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Thanks, you very
Todd.
much.
You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN. Brian Pavlet is one of the big performers here at this championship, Ralph. He's got quite a record in long drive competition. He's coming up now to his 3rd ball. Well, he's hit it hard, Ralph, but no, he doesn't like that one.
Oh, that's a big ball, though. If he would have kept that in the fairway, it's approaching the 340-yard mark.
Could have been a contender for sure, but now he's down to his last ball, missed on 4 and 5. This one is everything. Oh, it doesn't look good, Ralph. The club's up in the air.
Yeah, that's unusual for Brian Pavlet, who's won the national champion in 1993, but it all comes down to the day and how things work out.
There you go. It's over by the cart, so he's playing cart golf, I guess, Ralph, but doesn't help him on this one. We're here with Brian Pavlet from Phoenix, Arizona. Brian, tell us about the final round.
Well, I came up here, had to try to hit it hard, and just couldn't kind of connect. I was trying to hit it down the left side, and everything I hit pretty well just kind of went out on the left. So didn't hit one in, unfortunately, but made it to this point, so I'm pretty happy with that.
This is the first Canadian championship, as you know. You fellas came up,
Right.
helped to make it a show, helped to grow the sport in the country. I guess that's one of the reasons why you're here.
Yeah, we came up, and any chance to compete, we'll definitely come up. Organizers of the event did a great job, and we came up here to support them.
On the tee now is Brian Nash from Fort Valley, Georgia. And Ralph, here's another golfer who has a very solid golf swing.
He's definitely got a tour swing with a power move.
But Brian is certainly accurate. He's obviously hits it a long way, but he also is very capable at keeping them in play.
Go!
And he's got a number in play now, so let's see what he does with this one. He's hitting them a long way, and he is keeping them in the grid. He's aiming for the Coors Light can out there. That's the target line, Ralph. And again, that grid can look awfully small when you're standing on the tee, and you have to get it in play.
If you've only got a 45-yard grid and you're moving the club head speed between 150 and 160 miles an hour, 45 yards is not a wide enough grid.
Ball 5 for Brian Nash.
Good ball, Brian.
Oh, and there's another one, Ralph. He's getting a lot of them in play here.
That was a great effort. 5 out of 6 balls in the grid. Doesn't seem to like him, but that was an impressive, to say the least.
Well, as you say, you get into the two factors here. Yes, you have to hit them a long way, but you got to keep them in the grid. Brian Nash, how did the finals go for you?
I hit a really good ball. The first one, I thought. It wasn't my best ball, but I thought I hit a good one to get it started off with, and then I just never caught another one really solid. Hit a lot in the grid, but straight isn't always the answer in this sport.
Well, one of the this is the first Canadian long drive championship. They're growing the sport here. You guys come up. I guess it's all part of promoting it.
Yeah, it is. Ralph has really done a great job with this event here. We were really pleased with the way it was run, and I think you're going to see a lot of these guys in the World Finals, in a few months. So this is really a strong field and a great event.
Well, thanks for coming up. You'll be back next year?
I'll be here.
Ralph, David Mobley is certainly no stranger to the long drive championship competition.
He's got some great performances behind him this year. He's done real well at the tour events in California and in Kansas, so he's got some confidence building up coming into this final round.
He has a solid golf swing. As you saw there, he has that classic swing as well. So let's see. Here's the second ball for David Mobley.
There it is. Get ball.
Oh, he likes
Go,
that
ball.
one.
Go. Come on, baby. Get up. Go.
I think that helped, Ralph. Oh, that's huge.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's past the 350-yard marker.
That is a major contender in the competition so far.
350 yards for David Mobley.
He's just taking over first place. That looks awesome.
I guess now he's just going to let the shaft out. He's got that big one in play, and he'll just be going as long as he can. Oh, there he goes. A little play on Jerry James and rolling up the shirt sleeve.
Now we got the big gun coming out now.
A little playful action there from David Mobley. He's obviously he's loosening up quite a bit there, Ralph.
Looks like it.
That's another big hit, but no, he doesn't like it. It's not in.
He's trying to let it all hang out, but he's done real well right now. Look at that, 350 yards. That's fantastic.
Well, 350 yards and 10 inches is longest driving competition. Just a little bit longer than that, 351 and 2 inches. And look at that, Ralph. He only got one ball in, but it looks like that could be the big counter.
Yeah, I think he was excited to get that ball in play because he knew that the benchmark was probably going to be around 350. So I can see the excitement.
All right. Dave Mobley, Charlotte, North Carolina. Tell us about that hit in the finals.
I think it was better than the other one. It didn't go quite as far, I don't think, but I think it was better. I hit it so good. When I hit it, I knew it. I knew I had it in me, and I got one more. Oh, man. Did that feel good to do that then? Oh.
You were sure coaxing it down there, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, you got voice command balls, these top points, So the other guys know how to talk to their ball. I yelled at mine. It took it,
I like that rolling up the right sleeve later.
Well, Jerry's taught me a power tip, and that was it. So, but, unfortunately, I didn't hit it in the grid, This is awesome. This is by far the second major. I mean, I've been hitting for 11 years, and the World Championship is a World Championship. But I'm going to tell you what, this is a major. This is a major championship. And I am so stoked to be leading with one guy to go.
I think you'll be back next year.
Oh, you bet. It'll be hard to keep me away.
Thanks. You're watching the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship on TSN. Here's the other Canadian in the competition, Mike Weeb from Toronto, and Ralph, he's a little bit of a newcomer to the competition.
Yeah, he started this last year in 1999. He got his feet wet, and he's been a real big contender here. He's the last hitter of the 8, so let's hope that he can pass past the guys in the U.S.
So here's number 1 ball for Mike Weeb from Toronto.
Stay in there.
Good swing there, Ralph, and good solid focus, too.
Yeah, as you can see, he hit that 315, and the shoulder turn that he got from that, it just shows the power where he can obtain it from.
Now, he has a little bit of a different makeup body-wise than, say, Jerry James. He's not big and powerful, so I don't think we'll be seeing him rolling up his sleeve on any of his shots, but he certainly gets the club head going through there fast, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be showing any body parts, but he's just a proof to golfers that you don't have to be real big to carry the ball a long way.
He does get that club going through at a tremendous rate. Here's his last ball, number 6. He'll need to get this one in play. Well, that's down there. He's yelling at it. He's using the David Mobley technique, chasing that ball down the fairway.
I don't know if it's going to work for him, though, but let's take a look.
Mike Weeb of Toronto, a fine showing in the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship. Mike Weeb of Toronto, tell us about the finals.
What to say about the finals? I'm still a little shaken right now. Carl put out a great ball early at 331, and for the longest time it looks like that was going to hold. But Dave can pull those balls out 350, so I knew I had a huge number to chase. I wasn't really thinking about it. I just wanted to stay with my game plan, the one that's been working so well up till now, and I just didn't have it. I was hitting everything out to the right a little bit, and just one of those times.
But you know what's good about it is that you came down to your last ball and you got it in. You gave it a good ride.
Yeah, I did. It's 1 ball, 6 ball, I guess. I don't know, one of those deals. Just got to find some other big ones in there somewhere. But I had so much fun today. My shaft company, Penley, they're just phenomenal. Best shafts on earth. And these guys are just a great bunch of guys. I made a lot of friends, and I was kind of the outsider up until this year. And these guys really made me feel like part of the group, and that makes a world of difference. It's just a great bunch of guys. I had a lot of fun this weekend.
Great. And now it's wait till next year.
It is. Well, Remax Worlds are coming up, and I'm going to be in Edmonton next weekend for that qualifier, so I'm looking forward to that.
Good luck, Mike. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Good job. Well, the winner of the Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship, David Mobley, and there he is, Ralph, with some of his friends. Oh, they got the beer shampoo going there.
Looks like everybody's celebrating with Dave. That's fantastic. You can just tell by looking at all the friendship and camaraderie that everybody's happy for him. They work hard all year, compete against each other, and this is a big celebration.
Even though they compete, they're all pretty good friends out there on that long drive tour.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've got everybody there. We got Brett Cleverton, Stuart Young, Canadians, Americans, everybody just enjoying the whole atmosphere today.
Yeah, it is. I live on it, man. Holy cow, what a week. I don't know how to describe it. Thanks.
No, you gotta give my sponsor's towel, a Gatorade towel. There you go, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Cover up like that. There you go. You look good.
Holy cow, this is unbelievable. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I'm sorry, I really am. It's been a long time coming. Been doing this for 11 years. I've tried to do both playing and long drive, and this year I made the commitment to do long drive. Did it in July, and I hit it well in the first 2 events I hit in. I felt good coming into here. Oh man, and then start off like I did by missing the grid and going into the loser's bracket in the first round. Holy cow, last night was a sleepless night for me. I thank my friends for all their support. Nash, Pavlet, Pfister, the gang, Slepsky, these guys, and Carl, they were awesome last night, encouraging me to make sure I got through and just go out and take care of business. And this is phenomenal. This is just incredible.
You mentioned friendship. It's evident here. These guys, you guys support each other a lot. You can see standing behind one guy when he's shooting and yelling, and that's unique.
Well, yeah, that's the greatest thing about our sport. We really and truly like each other, and everybody wants everybody to do well. And the old saying is, we want you to do well, so that way when I beat you, you can't have any excuse, But the point being, we really, really do want each other to succeed and fulfill their goals and their dreams. And these guys have been so supportive over the last 10 years. It's just been amazing.
Well, congratulations again. I guess you'll get a check and then get changed.
Okay, thanks.
For our first Canadian Long Drive Championship, you did a hell of a job.
Thank you. Thank
you. For the check of $10,000. Congratulations.
Awesome.
And also on behalf of Mizuno Canada, Chris Marcel.
David, great job out there.
Thank you,
Performed
Chris.
great all weekend. And on behalf of Mizuno Canada, I'd like to present you with a trophy for the first Canadian Long Drive Championship.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, Mizuno was awesome. Thank you so much. And I am so thrilled because it's like I've been working hard and taking mental notes and keeping a diary and all this other stuff to get better and improve each event. I just wanted to see it on the grid when it counted, and I was able to do that in the semis. And I'll tell you what, that's the one. Once I see it, I know I got it, and that's why I was able to do it in the finals.
Thanks for watching the 2000 Coors Light Canadian Long Drive Championship. It's been exciting to watch. It's a new and growing sport, and we'll see you next year. I don't think that would have made the grid. The Coors Light 2000 Canadian Long Drive Championship was brought to you by Mizuno Canada, just barely legal, by Top Point, the ball with heart, and by Millway Lumber, specializing in trim and doors.